another edition of A Sport of Law. I am your host, TD Berry. We're doing a special battle rap recap edition of A Sport of Law. I'm doing my first battle rap recap video. Real quick, me personally, I look at battle rap as a sport. You know, you don't have to be athletic or be an athlete in a sense, but it takes a lot of mental preparation. You know, you have to be mentally prepared. You know it takes a lot of stage presence. You got to be long winded, and you got to have a good competitive nature about you to be a successful battle rapper. That's why when I say I'm a sports journalist, I'm also a battle rap journalist. You know, I want to cover that too, and I want to help open up a lot of eyes to the culture. So for my first recap video, I want to do two battles that dropped on April 20th. One battle was a complete body bag, and one battle was a good debatable close battle in my opinion. So just to talk about the body bag first, you know, we have Lotta Zay versus Lotta Zay versus Danger Zone, and Danger pretty much wigged on him, man. And Lotta said at the end of the battle, he actually says on the battle, if you watch it, that you know he wasn't prepared. And it showed. You know, he choked in the first after only 8 or so bars, and Danger pretty much took advantage. Man, he Lotta came on and he said a couple bars about Baltimore battle rappers or something like that. He named Tay Rock and Ty Law or something, and he pretty much choked after that. And Danger came on in his first, and he you know, his first wasn't crazy. His first wasn't crazy. He had this line about deck and CDs and cassette, make cassette, and why Zay keep getting invited like Facebook game requests, and his round wasn't like crazy. He had a few bars that hit. The second Lotta came out, and the second Lotta second was crazy. Not crazy. I'm sorry. It was better than his first. I'll say that. He had a part where I don't know if it was like another mini choke or stumble, but he said a line, and he said a Kanye line. Then he said, "Why would I duck Kim K's with me like his fiance?" Excuse me. Then he just like stopped for a second. I don't know if he was waiting for a reaction or whatever. Then he had the you'll see cows in the air like a reenactment of the movie Twister. That was his best round, his best bar of the night. Uh, I think so. Um, he had the hot rounds to your door like Mookie, which was kind of like the verb hot rounds to your door. Who ordered pizza? But he said it different. He was referencing um the movie Do the Right Thing, where Spike Lee played Mookie delivering pizzas, but whatever. But Danger pretty much came in second, and he weighed, and he left Earth in the second. And Zay just cut his second too short. I don't know if they had a time limit or what, but Danger's rounds and Zay rounds just wasn't adding up. Danger in the second had to cut out your middle inside man, like when Frank went to Thailand, talking about when Frank Lucas cut out his middleman, then went to Thailand himself to get his work. Um, that was crazy. He had to my right hand will dent you right in the glass jaw like my grandmother nightstand. Uh, he did this thing where he kind of dissed a few of the Dot Mob members. I don't know if this is a writer's block, calling out Dot Mob type thing. And yes, I'm instigating, but that's what it sounded like to me. He sounded like, because he said something about Farrah, then he had a line, these nines off the chain like I'm Jack and Randy. If you see this case shine online, it ain't Mac and trannies. I don't know. That was a Dot Mob diss to me. Then he had this crazy Muslim scheme, Islamic scheme. He had a chess scheme, the board game chess. He had a crazy scheme for that. He had a nice line about Biggie's mom. That L's a hell of a letter word to Biggie's mom. You know her name is Violetta. Uh, he said a line about a headshot, and he said y'all get a head at the same freaking time. That's a 69. That was crazy. Then he had this crazy scheme where he says like synagogue, 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 synagogue. Like it was a crazy thing he did there at the end of his second. So he easily took the second. Lotta's third was uh, he had a couple lines that hit okay, almost the Frankie Lyman arm out the window that I'm dropping dog line, and uh I like the y'all going to miss everybody like Bone Thug, something like that. But he once again he cut it short. Like his round was just like real short, and Danger's third wasn't crazy. He got a little personal with Lotta, talking about how he left his old squad and they found out on Twitter, and now he's with Team Hami, and he started talking to Sean, and he had this crazy line where he talking to both of them, saying you watch who you stand in front of and you watch who you stand behind. Uh, he had this crazy arthritis medicine type little scheme he did in the third, and he did a liquor scheme, which that was crazy. He did a crazy liquor scheme. Lotta Zay threw in the towel in the third round. He literally threw his towel he had in, and Danger didn't stop. He's he still kept going after Lotta Zay threw the towel in. But that was it. Lotta, you my man. I'm sure you're gonna bounce back from this. I know you got bars, but Danger wigged on him, and this was probably the best Danger I seen, man. So shout out to Danger, man. You did your thing, man. All right. So the second battle we're gonna do is off the URL Rookies versus Vets card. The next battle they released was K Shine versus Mr Wavy, which was a good, close, competitive battle. I think so. Like I said, Mr. Wavy, he wasn't scared, and he didn't back down from the vet. He came with his stuff, and he was prepared to go toe to toe, and he rumbled. He rumbled. I can say that. I gave this battle to K Shine. I put it on Twitter. That I gave it to K Shine 2-1, but after watching it again, I might be leaning towards a 3-0, but not a 3-0 body bag, a 3-0 close battle. I'm going to watch it again because the second is the round I'm unsure about. But Wavy came out, and he came with some good lines in the first, not a crazy round. He had the Ain't Nothing Dry Over Here. They gave me KY, which some people said that was a pause moment. But I didn't find nothing wrong with it. I think that was a dope line. Then he had the shotgun in the pant leg. I'm walking like a zombie with it. That was crazy, and he performed the hell out of it. He did the walk with it. He said something about Dot, the bitch of the group. Something about the Dot, you the bitch of the group like Animaniacs. Excuse me. That was crazy. Sean first. A lot of people complaining that Sean was rapping too fast. He wasn't rapping a little fast, but I mean that's why we get the luxury of watching the battles again. I watched it again, and Sean had some dope rhymes. Uh, he had the crazy hair scheme in the first. He had the he said something about paying his homie. He was like, I just get a little nigga a little late night and that Molly girl, and he be spaced out riding through the crib like Bobby's World. That was crazy. If you think about how when Bobby's World used to come on, he'd be in the little rocket thing like spaced out riding through. That was crazy. That's when he had his family waving by. He can't even wave back, and the kickback make it look like he shot me. That might have been the bar of the whole battle to me. That might have been it. Um, but I gave the first round to K Shine. The second, Wavy came on very strong in the second. Man, he that was Wavy's best round to me, without a question. He had the silencer the size of a Swiss roll on there. He had the little scheme he did where he said all the battle terms like reaching and subtitles and overheads and dumb it down, and then he like set them, then he like rearranged it and like did a slow it down kind of and like set them all another way. He got that. He had the bullshit to get you hurt. I got a D Rose button. Um, he had the Surf killed you. Big T. No, Surf killed you. Then Big T covered Shine up like he heard Debo coming. That was crazy. He had to started talking about how Dot Mob was gay, and then he said Daylight be like, K, I think he's attracted to you. Uh, then he started talking about how Sean be online talking to trannies, transsexuals, and saying how he don't know if it's a man or a woman. And he said, "Oh, I get it. You like them debatable, like kind of. I guess in reference to how Sean has a lot of debatable battles or whatever. I guess that's what he was making a reference to. But my Mavericks just lost to the Rockets again. Whatever. But but Sean had a dope second round as well. I had a lot of good points in Sean's second. He had the how you how you gonna get a strong win? No, if you ain't got a strong win, how you gonna get that title wave? Saying like you don't have no clear strong win, so how you gonna get the title? Like the title of a vet or like title wave. That was crazy. That was a crazy bar. He had the everything on this card food. That's the EBT. Pretty much coming at all the rookies saying they all food like a saying like an EBT card. Um, he had the Young Thugs. I let a Young Thug take your pops like Lil Wayne, something like that. He had the give wave the deuce like Richard Nixon, talking about how Richard Nixon used to wave. He had the arm out the window like the whip is on childproof. So he had some hitters in the second. Um, like now that I talk about it now, I don't know. The second is very debatable to me. Like originally I gave it to Mr. Wavy, so I don't know. Just for this sake, I'm going to continue and say Wavy got the second. Wavy's third was just dry to me. He only had like a couple okayish bars. He had if you're on co-op with me, you get a split screen. He had the slit slit or sliced and open his face like a cabinet. People hate that. Like I'm looking in the groups, people hate that bar. The visual to me is hard. It's hard as nails because he wasn't. He's saying like slit. The way I forgot how he said it, but the way he said it, I got the visual of him just slicing the skin and pulling the skin back like a cabinet, and that's hard as nails to me. I liked it. Sorry not if I painted something too graphic in your head, but that's what I got out of it. But that was pretty much it. And he had to. I think he choked a little bit in his third because he like stopped for like 10 or so seconds or whatever, and before he picked it back up. So I mean, his third was very dry. Sean's third wasn't great. He took him to school, showed him how to name flip a little bit. Told him that's what he was gonna do. Um, he did some name flips with his real name Joseph. Said when you see this 4 point something that ain't average Joe, that was alright. He pretty much was talking to him, trying to take him to school, and then he did the personal where he told a story about how Wavy is not really about what he says he is, and saying he says say swear to God this dude don't be chasing you, and I think Wavy must have said swear to God he brought the dude out and asked the bull all these questions about Wavy, and the bull verified it and verified that he chased Wavy around the car and he ain't even had a clip in his gun or whatever. But I mean, it was a good angle and it hit, but it didn't really like hit too hard with me. I liked it, but I gave Sean the third because Wavy's was just very dry to me. But that's it, man. We got two battles that's worth watching in my eyes that dropped on 420. So if you didn't check them out, I suggest you go check them out. Please follow me on Twitter at tdberry underscore. My blog site is www.tdberry.com, and please subscribe to this channel, man. Is probably about 85% sports, 15% battle rap, man. But I'm in tune, and I'm gonna keep trying to give it a good mixture, man. Thanks for watching another episode of A Sport of Law. I am a TD Berry. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool.